This is going to be a really cool video. You'll want to like and subscribe or you're going to miss out on some really cool cartridges like this big old 7150 or this 5110. These wonderful little lever actions are so fun to shoot. And you know, some people might think that they're big, but you know, compared to the 76 and some of the others that had a lot bigger actions, these are actually pretty small. And they load so easy, and they're a whole lot of fun to shoot. So we're gonna see if we can pop like 2 targets pretty quick with them and kind of show you the features of an actual lever action. You know, they're pretty quick on target, and then they're quick for the follow-up shots. So we're gonna kind of try to demonstrate that a little bit. These are loaded really hot. These are pushing, you know, over, these are right at 3,800 pounds of energy. So they're not no wussified loads. These are hot loaded 4570. So they're not the average run of the mill 1,800 feet a second ones.
All right, here's the 4570s. And there's a 4570 next to that big old 7150. And so these are some beautiful guns, beautiful specimens of the Winchester 4570. They're all 1886s. Get a beautiful stock on these things. The two to your right are both Brownings. The one to your left is a Winchester.
We're gonna go from one target to the next as quick as we can. See what we can do. I got them both. Haha, pretty good. Shoot that target over there and then swing back and shoot this target. You know, pretty close as fast as we can. I don't know how fast it'll turn out to be, but we're going to do our best job to do it. So let's see what we can do. We're going to get on this target. Try to shoot that wood as quick as I can and just see what we can do for speed doing that. I feel like I got on target and hit that piece of wood pretty quick. What do you guys think? Okay, now we're going to go for the gong as quick as we can. I feel like I got it. This thing is out of bullets. This thing holds a boatload of bullets, doesn't it? Try to shoot that can as quick as we can. Not sure how it's going to turn out, but here goes nothing. Ha ha, we got it. It's going to turn out, but here goes nothing. I want to turn and shoot that board, but I kind of want to hit it really good so that we can see it with the other camera what it looks like. So let's see what happens. I feel like I did pretty quick. What do you guys think?
Okay, you open the action like this right here, and then you take the cartridges and stick them down here and push them into the tube magazine. Just like that. And then when you lever it, okay, it stopped in the second block. Let's pop it out of there. See how big it expanded out too. Look at the size of that joker. Look at that. 1,390 feet a second. All right, look at the size of that wound channel coming through there. Bullet stopped right there. We'll get that thing out of there and see how big it expanded out to. Shouldn't be too hard. So that thing's going about 1,420 feet a second or so, which is over 4,000 foot-pounds of energy. Get this big old bad boy out of there. See how big she expanded out to. About 1,440 feet a second. Look at the size of that thing. That is a bullet. I'm telling you. Oh, buddy. All right, here's these bullets. Here's a 9mm comparing to these bullets. These two expanded out over 1.25 inches. These not so much. Let's turn them over and get a good look at the other side. And you can see these bad boys. This one here went through water. These two through ballistic gelatin. These was through that ballistic cloth. And there you go. I mean, them things are pretty bad. These two, this one here had well over 4,000 foot-pounds. This had over 4,000. These was right in the 3,000 foot-pound range. Okay, we put the Winchester 73 here in the middle, so you can have a good look at the 73 compared to the 92s. The action is a little bit longer. It's extremely smooth. It's a lot faster to shoot than any other lever action that I've ever heard of. So it's in 3220, which is the cartridge on the right. It's the same as this Winchester 92. Now, that's 92 is probably the second fastest lever action that I've ever shot. First thing you got to do on these 1873s is load it. You just stick it on here like this right here, and then you got 8 rounds in your gun, and you're good to go. I think that was pretty quick. Ooh. Here are the 92. Okay, this lower one is a real 1892 Winchester. The upper one is a 53 Winchester, which has the exact same receiver, the same action. And this one in the middle is actually a Rossi 92, and they are all in different calibers. The 53, the upper one, is in this little bitty cartridge right there, the 2520, the one in between the 45 Colt and the 32. The Rossi, the stainless steel one in the middle, is in 45 Colt. The one down here on this end is in 32 Winchester, also known as 3220. It's also a takedown, as you can see. So we've taken deer with the 2 Winchesters. The Rossi we have yet to take a deer with it. Maybe we'll do it today. But anyhow, that is a look at the 92s. Rossi 92 in 45 Colt.
That's how you do it. Now this is considered to be the most powerful lever action of all times back when it came out. It produces roughly 3,200 foot-pounds of energy. It can be loaded a little bit hotter, some loads are a little bit lighter. It falls a little bit short of the most powerful lever action today because the 1886 and 5110 will produce 6,400 foot-pounds. So while this might not be king, it is certainly a wonderful lever action. Let me show you its features. Isn't that a magnificent looking gun? That is so beautiful. Look at that beautiful barrel on there. Magnificent looking gun. Look how this action opens. It's got this locking lever on it that locks closed. It hooks right here on this, and the lever that comes up into the bottom of the bolt, this locking lug, locks the bottom of it real good and tight. This is part of the locking mechanism. Isn't it really cool how this thing opens up like that? John Browning design. See how this thing opens up. You see the back of the bolt there? And if you watch, that locking lug comes up and catches the back of that bolt. Locks that thing up solid as a rock. .405 Winchester next to the little bitty 4570. Put the cartridge in here, flip it down, put it in here, flip it down. All right, we have another jug set up over there. Let's try that again. Okay, you're going to try to hit that double tap that steel down there best we can. So, there goes something. All right, we're going to load this bad boy up. You just pop it open, stick this in there, flip it over, and you're good to go. So let's shoot this water jug and see how well it does. This is a 300 grain copper, full copper hollow point. Let's check it out and see what it did. So it went through 6 jugs and damaged the 7th jug. Of course, we got one jug on the ground that it just knocked it off because of the power. And we're gonna look around and see if we can't find that bullet. I don't know if you can see that bullet from here, but it is somewhere right there on the ground, right there. This bullet's kind of hot, so I'm only gonna show it to you for a second. There's your bullet. All right, this is the copper jacketed soft point. Let's check it out and see what it did. Okay, as you can see, it took out the first 3. This is the 4th one. There's nothing in it. There's something in this one here though. So that's the 5th jug. Stopped in the 5th one. I believe it stopped in there. Yep, it's in there. There she is. Look at the way that thing expanded out. in conclusion, I feel like the 1895 Winchester and 405 caliber is a really unique caliber. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I really enjoy getting out and just shooting these lever actions. I hadn't had this one out in a while, and it's a whole lot of fun. You know, it's got that sight that pops up, slides up and down. It's really cool. And I've shot a lot of deer with this thing. I mean, I have shot a lot of deer with it. I've shot 10 point. I've shot 2 10 points with it. I've shot just a ton of other deer with it. Had a lot of fun with the gun. I've hunted with it a lot. I mean, that's why it's got a few dings and scratches in it. I mean, I've hunted with this a lot. And I like this right here because you can hook your little single point on it and just carry it around like this right here. I have a video on that. You can use those modern ones for the modern rifles nowadays. They really just hook right on there real easy. And anyhow, so we're I think we had a lot of fun. I think I got from target to target pretty quick, and I believe that, you know, I did a good job nailing those boards dead center really quick, just boom boom, you know. And I don't think that you could do it much faster than that, even with a modern semi-automatic or even automatic rifle, hitting them dead center and splintering them to pieces at that kind of speed. So, and I think when I turned and shot, I did a really good job with that. I just feel like I did. It's up to you guys to leave comments and tell me how bad I sucked, but maybe I didn't suck too bad. But anyhow, I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you like this kind of stuff. You know, I've showed, I have some videos out there showing you how to lever actions. You know, it's not one of those type of guns that you pop it down off your shoulder when you lever it. You know, it's not. It's meant to be boom, boom, like lightning speed. And if you've seen me with the 73 Winchester, I've gotten, like I said, 10 shots off in under 3 seconds. So I feel like that's pretty good. And anyhow, God bless each and every one of you. Come back and see me, you hear?